True, Rich.
Welcome to ENN
On TV.
Ray Rowe.
Brought to you by Security Dodge. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Michael.
She just swallows it whole. And it comes out whole.
Well, I should hope so.
And to Don and myself.
But it's 69 degrees in here. What do you keep your apartment at?
It's not 69 in here. I know it's 69 when I see one.
What just happened?
Good evening to Michael.
I love when heavy people live a long time.
I'm glad that made it. It deserved it.
Somebody just told me on X that Butterbean just challenged Jake Paul like 3 days ago. Like, Butterbean is thin now.
By the way, if old Butterbean would have killed Jake Paul, killed him dead. I'd like to say good evening to all of us. You guys know what happened 20 years ago today?
No, so you're talking that's 2004. I know this.
Well, didn't the Yankees end up losing the ALCS?
Well, wait, on November 19th?
Oh, yeah, I keep
Did they
thinking
do it in snowshoes?
You, Don, that one has to feel gratifying for you.
Yeah, because
all the times you've been annihilated for being a moron.
6-1.
Exactly.
You know, the bad math.
How you feeling, Michael, about that?
Awful.
Yeah, you got you. November 19th. Look, I know the baseball season's gotten later, but that's ridiculous.
You know, it's nothing I'm really proud of, Peter.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't feel that way. Guys, let's see. Where to begin
Have you guys
today?
seen that they now make Snapple in cans?
I don't like it.
It's rare, the Snapple can.
It's so delightful.
I like it. I like the can. Give me a crisp flavor of a
You
can.
like a can,
Oh,
yeah.
It's crisp in the can.
Who would prefer a can over glass?
But it's not glass. If it was glass, it'd be a different story. It's plastic.
They have the Snapple went full plastic bottles, don't forget. The old Snapple, the old Snapple
Right.
with the
Yeah.
glass.
Oh,
that
that's
hit-
over?
that-
Make
oh,
that
yeah.
sound again? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's a
I'm off.
delightful drink, though.
I'm off Snapple.
Well, and good night, and good evening to Don.
Why is it okay for him to kill people?
It's a great point by Don. Guys,
Yeah.
What?
I have bad news for the Cleveland Cavaliers and good news for the Celtics.
You should be able to accept your flowers today.
No, but he shouldn't because they didn't cover.
I didn't pick them.
Right.
What did I say about that 6.5? I balked. Immediate balk.
And I said, why don't you take the Cavs? It was a really good game.
Yeah,
it was a blowout for a bit of it, but the Cavs made a run.
Oh, of course they did. And the Cavs' 15-0 run is over. You hate to see it happen, but I think it couldn't happen to happen for a better team, I should say, than the Boston Celtics, who get the win, 121-17. Some interesting moments there. A hard foul from Jason Tatum.
Very hard.
Tatum scores 33.
Did you see the replay, though? Donovan Mitchell with that creepy smile and then the blood seeping out of his tooth.
Oh, no. Should I look this up?
Oh, it was unbelievable. It's going to be like one of the videos of the year.
Are you saying when I type in Donovan Mitchell on Twitter, it'll pop up right away?
I don't know.
The way Michael described it.
The way you're describing it, it should be the first thing I see is his bloody face.
It's not his face. He smiles slowly at the trainer, and you just see blood seeping out of his teeth. Looks like a horror movie.
All I'm seeing is Ryan Clark talking about things.
What's he wearing, a half jacket again?
That half jacket was an interesting thing there that happened with the half jacket. I still haven't seen the teeth.
Well, let's go on. I'll find it.
All right, fine. I want to enjoy it like a gentleman. So yeah, the Cav winning streak comes to an end. Celtics get a win. I'll tell you what, guys. Knicks, get yourself in that conversation because you guys would agree. As we sit here, just 16, 17 games into the season, someone puts a gun to your head. You're saying it's Celtics Cavs Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yeah, I think that would be the way to bet early, but it's November.
Very early.
You're skipping over the Knicks because the Cavaliers got off to a great start.
I'm just saying, keep in mind, this is quite a start. Now, it's not shocking, guys. The Cavs, 15-0 is shocking from anyone. But, this is what we started to see of the Cavs the last couple of years. They've been on this path.
Towards this. Got a good coach.
Michael, how do you feel about the Cavs coach?
I love the coach. He's my basketball buck.
What do you What do you think about what happened to him in Brooklyn?
Awful. It was an insurrection. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah. By people that had no business getting him fired.
Broke into his office, pooped on the desk, the whole nine.
Pretty much that's what they did.
The problem was they didn't have to go that far. They just pointed to the door.
Yeah, it's different. That kind of thing's different. Hall of Fame linebacker Ray Lewis has been floated as a candidate to become the next head coach at Florida Atlantic University. Those sources tell ESPN the talk of hiring Lewis is premature. Sources also told ESPN's Adam Schefter, our very own, on Wednesday, that he had emerged as a candidate for his first head coaching job.
It's all happening now.
Is college football really big enough for the talking from both Deion Sanders and Ray Lewis?
No, the way it seems is Deion, the clock is ticking. He's going to be an NFL coach, and by the draft, so it won't happen.
You think that's going to happen? Can you see Deion going to Dallas?
I'm not sure.
I can see Deion going to the Raiders. You don't think that would work itself out? I would think he'd approve Vegas. I think Vegas would probably give him the reins. Right? So it's twofold. Deion has to allow his son to be drafted by that team, and then that team wanting to have him be the coach to make it happen. You think that's such a Raider thing?
Let's hear from Deion. He says he's content.
I'm happy where I am, man. I'm good. I got a kickstand down. You know what a kickstand is? A lot of people not of age don't know what a kickstand is. That means I'm resting. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic about where I am. I love it here. I truly do. Next question.
For now.
So none of that meant I won't leave.
No, it's November. This won't happen until April.
What's more believable? Like, you walk into your house and Butter is sitting in the kitchen by herself with an empty, what was once a plate of hamburgers is now gone.
Right.
And she looks up at you, go, Butter, and she gives you the look of, no, not me. What's more believable, that or a college coach being asked anything about their future?
That's so true.
There's never truth. So why even have the conversation?
She never denies it. She puts her head down and walks
and
away.
Just walks out.
I did it. Yep, you got me. And then she'll poop out a ketchup packet.
I've heard that about her. It's an interesting thing that you said.
She just swallows it whole. And it comes out whole.
Two-time Super Bowl Eli Elite Manning has now reached, wait for it, guys, the Hall of Fame semifinals.
Holy crap.
That's right. As of Wednesday, the selection committee has cut a list of 50 nominees made by a brand new, these cuts were made by a brand new screening committee. The list includes 6 players in their first year of eligibility and 10 players who were finalists last year.
The whole thing has a skull and bones feel to it.
Eli Manning's there. Antonio Gates is there. Jared Allen also there. I respectfully, Eli's the worst of those 3.
That's not respect.
I said respectfully, though.
But that doesn't mean that it is.
He's the most accomplished, but the third best player of those players.
Who was the other one?
Antonio Gates and Jared Allen.
Oh. Well, listen, Antonio Gates was a special tight end. But he's just slam dunk better than Eli Manning?
I think as a player, he was a better tight end, I believe, as a player than Eli was quarterback.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's how it works. It's really not.
Well, if you want it to work that way, it worked that way.
But it's not.
Yeah, he was a better tight end than Eli was a quarterback. But
Eli has 2 Super Bowls as quarterback.
Right,
so.
but you're saying who's a better football player, and one's a quarterback. It's a more impactful position. He won 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Listen, Eli's a note. To me, Eli is an absolute. I said, the second he got number 2, I said, that's it. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't care how much. We can all go back and forth on how great he was as a talent.
But there are guys with 2, like Jim Plunkett has 2. He's not in. I think he's the first ballot too, but Jim Plunkett's not in.
Plunkett didn't do it the same way Eli did, though, did he?
He didn't beat the Patriots when they were 18-0.
That's what I'm saying. And what about beating him again?
You can't play the game because you're talking about a guy who played in the 70s and 80s. But in the 2 Super Bowl runs, trying to think what the years that they won, but it's a different world. I mean, he never threw for 3,000 yards, Plunkett. He had 120 touchdown season, but I'm not going to hold it against him because it was a different era.
It wasn't even, the football wasn't the same size. It was like a brick. They played barefoot. They didn't wear helmets.
But you know what? I'm sorry. In 1983, Dan Marino's rookie year, Dan Faust was throwing for 4,000 yards. And it was towards the end of his career. I get it. But, he threw for 2,935 yards, 20 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Well, his overall career, he completed 52.5% of his passes. And how many touchdown passes did he throw?
52.5?
164 touchdown passes, 198 interceptions. He could have won 4 Super Bowls. He's not going at all.
That's a great point by you. Those are bad numbers. I don't even know if he was good at football.
But I do. One of the things I feel that is overrated is talking about how pedestrian Eli Manning was in the regular season. Like, I'm not saying he was awesome or he was a top 5 quarterback, but you're not pedestrian. He consistently threw for over 4,000 yards. He threw 366 touchdowns to 244 interceptions, completed 60.3% of his passes.
Now, Eli, it's overrated that Eli wasn't good, but I always say this, and I mean it truthfully and as respectfully as possible. Playing in the division against him during that era, I never was like, oh, no, the Giants are on the schedule. We got to watch out. You never know what Eli's going to do to us. There were times playing McNabb, even, for example, where you were like, I don't want to deal with Donovan McNabb this week.
But in 2011, when he won his second Super Bowl, he threw for 4,933 yards. He almost threw for 5,000 yards. Now, he did throw a ton of interceptions, led the league in interceptions 3 times, but, Brett Favre says, hold my beer.
Yeah, well, no, he used to get Eli sometimes got the Vinny Testaverde colorblind joke. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, when you throw to the other team that much. See, because Vinny Testaverde, there are probably youngsters out there who don't remember. Vinny Testaverde used to be the standard of bad quarterback. His name meant you're trash at quarterback. And then he came to the Jets, and this whole other thing happened and changed his story. But do you guys remember Tampa Vinny? I mean,
it shows you what a bad team can do to a quarterback.
Oh, my God. Now, I mean, Fife Dog, God rest his soul, once famously said, your style is incomplete, just like Vinny Testaverde. You know what I mean?
I know.
He was the standard.
Now, it just shows you how bad the quarterbacking has been for the Giants since Eli. In Eli's last full season, 2018, when the Giants went 5-11, he threw for just a yard shy of 4,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Not great. Could Daniel Jones do that?
No. By the way, speaking of which, today would be, what today is 24? Today would have been Fife Dog's 54th birthday. So rest in peace to Malik Taylor, a.k.a. Fife Dog, one of the all-time New York sports fans, one of the all-time Jets fans. I thought when Q-Tip, remember when they went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year? Mm-hmm. And I thought that, I haven't even checked on him. I don't even know where he might, Q-Tip may be fully checked out.
I have not heard from him this year. I think they broke Q-Tip.
You can't do that when it's in the year. Really
by week 3, wasn't that when he told me I'm out? I told you I heard
he was right. That was before the Denver game.
He was out.
So it wasn't like he was
fast.
back in after the Denver game.
You know what's also amazing about getting back to the Woody Johnson thing for a second? Mm-hmm. He wanted him benched after the Denver game. That was following 2 straight wins.
Mm-hmm. Denver game was bad.
I understand, but they just won 2 straight.
He sounds like a caller.
Yeah.
He sounds like a caller we disconnect.
Woody from Florham Park.
I think they should bench that piece of garbage quarterback. Did you watch him against Denver? He couldn't even throw a touchdown pass. We're like, all right, thanks for the call.
He stinks.
Meanwhile, he owns the team.
Should we just change that? Should that be his new name? Woody from Florham Park?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great way
to
describe it.
No. Show some respect. Ambassador Woody from Florham Park.
I love what you've done.
Ambassador Johnson?
All right, real quick to the other defunct team. Tommy DeVito on being named the starter.
It means a lot. Just another opportunity to get out in the field, showcase my abilities, play for my teammates in the organization.
What is your message to your teammates as you take over?
Same thing as it was last year. I'm going to give you everything I can on the field, my heart and soul into it all the time, leading up to it, the preparation, and ultimately going out and playing on game day, but most importantly, enjoying doing it.
How about Drew Lock on not being starter?
That's a question I might still have for myself. And it was expressed to me that I was going to be the 2. And I don't know, it's just an interesting situation. Not much I can really say about it besides, again, I'm going to be here for him. And, we're still communicating, still very good friends, believe it or not. I'm going to be here for him. This team needs to get a win, and we start winning, everything gets a little better around here.
I feel sorry for the
That's
guy.
not something Michael Kay would say, right?
No, I would just scorch earth.
Even while still on the team. Hope we lose. Hope he gets hurt.
I'd say I don't get it. It's a bad decision by them, but look at what they've done in the last 20 years.
Can you really be surprised?
Yeah, no surprise here. I just took the $5 million. That's why I came.
And then would you mention another team, try to audition somewhere else?
No, and I wouldn't knock my teammate. That's not my way.
Love my
Off the
teammates.
record, I would.
Right.
Yeah.
You go, I love my teammates. But
I would call over like Paul Schwartz from the Post. You go, this guy can't play.
Why would you single somebody out? Now you make a bunch of guys that cover the Giants feel bad. Why would you do that? There's a lot of good people that cover this team that listen to the show, and they're like, why did I lose out to Paul Schwartz?
On the imaginary scoop to Paul Schwartz.
And I go, Paul, this guy's awful.
Yeah, this guy can't play.
Everybody knows he can't play. But don't put my name to it, bud.
Now, what if you really liked him? What if he's not lying?
That he really likes him? Mm-hmm. Listen, I really like the guy who can't play.
But part of your job as a bat. Wait a minute. I think,
and I'm not saying about DeVito. I don't know if he can play or not. He won 3 games.
I think he's fine. I think DeVito's
many good games last year as Jones did.
Listen, to me, DeVito is trying to lock up. No pun intended.
Oh, but
can I be like a 9-10 year backup in this
league?
Can I
be Tyrod Taylor?
Like that? No, that's really, and that's a huge opportunity. Like, this is the difference. If Tommy DeVito's NFL career ends after this season, guys, he is not a rich man. If he plays well the rest of the year and becomes a career backup, it's called being a millionaire for the rest of your life. This is a big deal for Tommy DeVito.
But Daniel Jones wants to do it first.
What?
He wants to be the backup
quarterback. Well, they're both trying out to be backup quarterbacks for a long time. Although Daniel Jones, you have to imagine, still believes he'll get a starting chance somewhere.
Yeah, well,
Daniel Jones' only chance comes as this. He's going to get a chance to back up somewhere. And then he goes to a place that's pretty good.
Right.
And someone gets hurt and he comes in and they go, wow, he actually is good. That's his only shot. And I'm not saying, by the way, I do want to say, as hard as we've been on him, I do think he has ability in him that in the right place, it could go well. I don't think he'd ever be a superstar, but he could be on a winning football team. I do believe that.
In Arena League, you mean?
No. I believe he could be.
Could he do
CFL, I meant,
Could he do what he did in 22 with the Giants someplace else?
Yes, but with a better...
Manage the game, good weapons, good coach, squeeze out 9 wins. Yeah, I could see that happening, but that's it. Like, that's the ceiling.
Okay, how about this? Could he do what Nick Foles did?
I can't believe Nick Foles did what Nick Foles. Really, honestly, when you look at what's happened to Peterson in Jacksonville, and what happened to Foles after that game,
it's insane.
Like you talk about selling your soul.
No, it's amazing.
When you look at the way that aged, I think the Eagles beating the New England Patriots in that Super Bowl was a bigger upset than the Jets beating the Colts. Because at least the Jet-Colt thing aged well. I mean, Joe Namath went to the Hall of Fame.
It may be point God. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by our friends over at Security Dodge. I had fun. I thought it was a hell of an EN.
It was really good.
We did a lot of different things.
Good EN. When we come back, I have a question to ask both of you about the landing spot for somebody. I don't know if you guys have an answer.
All right.
I don't know if you guys have an answer.
I probably don't.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Coming back right here on Yes and 880 ESPN.